Hello everyone, this is our problem, today's Leetcode problem of the day. Find all possible recipes from given supplies. Okay, you have to given information about and different recipes. You are given a string array recipes and a 2D string array ingredients. The ith recipe has the name recipe of I, and you can create it if you have all the ingredients from ingredients I. Means we can create any recipe if all the its ingredient can be found in ingredients of I, and a recipe can also be an ingredient for other recipe. I means ingredient of I can also be a recipe of others. Okay, so you have to give a string array supply that contains all the ingredients that we initially have. Means you do not have to make these ingredients, we have infinite supply. So you have to return all the recipes that we can create, and we can return answer in any order. So okay, you have also given that two recipes may contain each other in the ingredients. Okay, so let's understand the example first. Let's see the constant. Constant is 100. Recipe can be at max 100 and supply also, and all the ingredients of I is unique value since it is given, and recipe and supplies combined are also unique. Means if I want to make bread, so anything, any recipe, so all the ingredients that used for it contains only unique value. Means any value will not be repeated again and again. Okay, so let's understand with the first example and try to build the intuition for this. Okay, this is our first example. uh, yeah, I hope you can see it. Recipe is bread and ingredients is yeast and flour, and you have the supply of yeast, flour and corn. So as you know, if you have the supply of yeast and flour, so you can make the bread. So we return the output bread. Okay, and this is our third example, in which you have to given the recipe bread, sandwich, burger, which we have to make, and ingredients is yeast and flour for the bread, bread and meat for the sandwich, sandwich, meat and bread for burger, and it supplies of yeast, flour and meat. So it is saying that we can make all of the in recipe from given the supplies. Okay, so it is saying that we can make the bread from yeast and flour, and we can make sandwich from bread, and since meat is also in the supply, so we can make the sandwich. And for making the burger, we already make the sandwich, we have the meat, and we are also made the bread, so you can made the sandwich also. So we have to return that we can make all the ingredients that is possible. Okay, and so for building this, what intuition our coming into our mind is that we can only make any dish, you can make any recipe if and only if its ingredient, uh, yeah, means we can make dish if its ingredient is found in the supplies. Like you have to give multiple recipes. Okay, you can make at least one recipes if and only if its ingredient is found in supplies. Like yeah, there is given bread, sandwich and burger. If any one of them, like bread, sandwich or burger, have ingredients not found in the supplies, so we cannot make any of them, so we have to just return the empty string. Okay, so as we know that we can only make the recipes from the supplies, like supply is a base, and then we can make the structures. Okay, so let's understand with the examples and graph like representation. Okay, yeah, let's take the graph representation of this. Okay, so you have supplies of yeast, flour and meat. Okay, we can make bread from yeast and flour. We can make the sandwich from meat and bread, and we can make burger from bread, sandwich and meat. So as you know that we can only make if the supply is found. So since this is the supplies, since this is the supplies, okay. So it, as we know that in the in graph, we first have to visit a child node, then parent of that node, then parent. So it's like the toposort. As we know that in the toposort we first visit the node that have the in degree of 0, okay, that did not have the any child basically. So this supplies will not have any child, okay. So we will first push them queue, and what I will do, we will go to the each supplies and try to make the decrease the in degree of connected uh, in connected recipes, okay. So I will go to yeast, flour and meat. I will just decrease the in degree of recipes. So bread in degree having the 2 because of 2 child, sandwich have in degree of 2 because of 2 child. So we go to yeast and flour, yeast and flour, we decrease this, and it, and we also go to meat and we decrease the ingredient in degree of this, okay. So it, after decreasing yeast and flour, the degree of bread will be 0, and the degree of meat will be sandwich will be 1, okay. So we will push the bread, and then we will try to decrease the in degree of all the connected. So sandwich is connected, we will decrease the sandwich will become 0, and if sandwich will become 0, then what we will do, we will push them in my queue, okay. And we also remove the burger in degree, so burger in degree will become 1, like how we first remove the burger in degree -1 here, this is -1, this is -1, so remaining that is 1, that. So then we go to sandwich and try to decrease the in degree of connected recipes. So after remove after reducing the degree of burger degree will be 0, we'll push them in the my burger, okay, my queue. So after pushing the queue, I know that I visited all the bread, sandwich and burger. So we will just return the we will just put all the these supply uh, all these recipes in my answer vector, and will just return it. Okay, let's see the first example. The first example is basically bread, yeast, flour having ingredients, and supplies having yeast, flour and corn, okay. So we'll first put all the supplies in my queue, so that we can remove the reduce the in degree connected to recipes to it, okay. So this is the graph that I will make by using this. This will be a undirected graph. So we'll go to yeast and flour, bread having in degree of 2 because of 2 child. So after removing the in degree of yeast and flour, it becomes 0, and since it is not connected, so it will not come in the picture. And bread having in degree of 0, we will push bread into my queue and also visit it, okay. So when I visit it, I will just put in my answer vector. I know that if I visited it, so I can make it. Let's understand the example second, where we can see that can we make always or not, okay. Okay, this is our example second. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, this is our example second. In which bread, sandwich, and ingredients having yeast, flour, sandwich having bread, meat, but supplies having the okay. This example is also same as the third example. In this example, we also making the sorry. In this example, we can also make the all the recipes because supplies having yeast and flour can make the and bread and meat, since meat is given the supply, can make the sandwich. So we will just have to return bread and sandwich. Let's take example where something is not missing, like here meat is not given. Okay, so what this will be our graph. Okay. Okay, this will be a graph. Okay, so this is bread, this is yeast, this is flour, and this is sandwich, this is meat. Okay, this is graph. And since supply is given only yeast and flour, we'll put yeast and flour in my queue. Okay, so we'll first put yeast and flour in my queue, and we'll reduce the in degree connected to it. So since bread is connected to yeast and flour, its in degree will reduce twice, and since bread having the in degree of 2, it in degree will become 0. So we will push the bread in my queue. Then meat, since meat is not is my supply, we cannot reduce to the sandwich in degree. Okay, and since having the in degree of 2, sandwich having in degree of 2, if we remove from the bread, sandwich in degree will become 1, but it will not become 0. Okay, because meat is not present. So we have to just return, that is we can make only bread. I hope you understand my example. Let's see the solution of it. Okay, uh, okay, this is my solution. First, what I am doing, I make a map for storing the in degree. Basically, let's make them in degree. Okay, since you have to take the count and a string it is given, I am taking the map, not a vector. And for making the graph, I am using a map also again, string and vector types. Then what I will do, I am going to recipes, then I am going to its ingredients, and I am connecting them in the undirected manner with the recipes. And what I will do, I will increase the in degree of recipes, how many times its ingredients having, like since bread having the ingredients of flour and yeast, so we will just increase the count by 2. It will, since I iterate only 2 times. Okay, so then what I will do, I am making you hope you understand, this is the just undirected graph, and this is for returning answer vector, and I'm taking a set for marking the visited. Let's make them visited. Okay, visiting node. Basically, I'm taking a queue for doing topo sort. What I am doing, first going to supplies and mark all the supplies visited, that I visited all the supplies, and then pushing it my queue. Okay, since we do not have to make the supplies is given infinitely, so we'll just push in queue. Then I am popping from the queue until my queue is not empty, and going to the connected nodes to its going to the neighbor of the my uh, front nodes, and if it is visited, then it I will do continue, else I will just decrease the integrity of it. Okay. And then what I am doing, if our degree of IT, like degree of nodes will be 0, I will push in my queue, then I will insert in my visited that I visited it. Okay. So, and then after all this operation, I know that how many ingredients I can make by using toposort. This is the just toposort using Khan's algorithm. Then what I'm doing, I'm going to each recipes, and I'm trying to finding if this recipe already visited or not. Since I know that if we only visit any recipes if its integrity will be 0. So if its integrity will be 0, we can make it, and if we can make it, we have to push back in my answer, and then I will just returning my answer. Okay, let's try to run it. Yeah, this is accepted. Let's try to submit it. Yeah, this is accepted. Okay, I hope you understand my approach. I'm just using toposort. Okay, let's end this video. I hope you understand anything.